good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hello and welcome today. Today you're joined by me, Daniel. And also I've got in, is it Hugh Tran? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, just call me Nova.
Nova. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can check out his website here at novaillusion.art. And his also you can find him on ArtStation and Instagram, a few other places I think. Yeah.
yeah. Ason had a Facebook page and a DeviantArt account. If you want to.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, some of those links will be down below. As I do all the artists I do chat with, most of their links go below the videos. Yeah. So welcome today. Yeah. So tell me a bit about yourself, like where you're from, and yeah.
So my name is Huy Chan. So I'm from Vietnam. So my name is very hard to pronounce with people outside the country.
Hmm.
So just call me Nova because my name when I used to create art. So I'm born in 1991. So I've been working in the industry for nearly 10 years.
Hmm.
So my first drawing begin when I was like 19 something.
Hmm.
So back then I'm in the college and learning about the information technology,
Hmm.
but it's not my things. I feel very weird when doing some coding and explain and all the question about the computer. So I start drawing. It's the enthusiast from my very beginning when I very young as a child. I love drawing. So at late 19, I get back to drawing and start doing very weird stuff, science fiction, some monster, everything that I have in mind.
Hmm.
So I never think that it will become my career later, but I just keep going on. Um, a few years later, there's a guy contacted me and asked me to do a game or something. Um, we do a few games together, like three or four, but never go to anywhere because the competition in the game industry is very strong, very like you can go there if you don't have a lot of money.
Hmm.
So we fell. We don't work together anymore, and then right now I'm working as a freelance concept and illustration. But I think I will get back to game industrial sometime.
Oh, yeah, awesome. What do you like about the gaming industry?
So the first I have to say that I like playing games
Hmm.
a lot. Not lately, but before when I were younger, I play a lot.
Hmm.
Like I like the graphics, the story, and even the technology behind the games.
Hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I always played games when I was a kid. I think when I was I think five, my fifth Christmas. This would have been like 2000, 1999, I think. I got I think I was that year. I think I got a Game Boy Color. So there, back then we had, you had the old Nintendo 64. I think my sister had one of those, and I was going in her room to play that, to play like Sonic and some of the kind of original old games like that. Um, and then yeah, I got a Game Boy Color, and then after that it was PS1. Um, and PS2
Yeah,
and so forth. um, but I mean, I haven't kind of gone further. I kind of got into PC because now I'm like digitally illustrating a lot, and also it comes in handy if I do traditional paintings to kind of edit traditional paintings on there as well, and things like that. Um, so eventually, my PC became my console, and also to do the other thing.
Yeah, I'm playing games on PC too.
Hmm.
So I played PlayStation 1 is at a very young age when my brother um, take me to a PlayStation store. But it's a very long time ago in the
Hmm.
first time of the PlayStation 1. So I don't own any console since then, but I really love to have one. But I don't think I have time for it.
Yeah, it's very hard to find time when you're trying to do stuff, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Have you, when you had PS1, did you own like mini games or?
The PS1, the first game I play on PS1 is the Medal of Honor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very impressed with the graphics at that time.
Hmm.
Not right now, but when I was younger, it's the first time looking at the very realistic graphic on the PS1. It's very impressive.
Hmm.
I have played another games like I forgot the name of the game that we playing the racing game, but the cars have weapon and fight each other. Uh,
Okay.
it's Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And another game about the plastic soldier. I don't remember the.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm. Some interesting games.
yeah.
um.
It's been a very long time.
Yes. Yeah. Be a long time ago. Um. Yeah. I'd like to see like all these games being remade. That's quite cool, and um, some of the artwork and things that go into it's really awesome. Yeah. I mean, I feel like most of that stuff I really enjoyed, like seeing the graphics and the visuals, and then looking into how they actually made it, and things like that's always fun.
Yeah, it's like the most like the strongest target for me when I come to learning drawing and painting. Like I want to create the game graphics and the content for the games and movies, something like that.
Hmm. Awesome. Um. Yeah. So it says you do like a lot of environment design and things like that. Is that kind of your main focus?
Um, in fact, I love drawing and romance because I suck at characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're doing something good, you're just doing that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fair
It's
enough.
like my comfort job. I'm still learning to drawing characters, but not so much at doing enrollment because I feel very comfortable
Hmm.
and very confident when doing the big scenes and the environment, the background. This makes me feel very confident.
Awesome. I mean, it's kind of the opposite for me. I love drawing characters. I've always wanted to draw characters, and I started out and I was only drawing the characters. I wasn't putting them in environments or drawing any backgrounds. I didn't really like that point. And slowly I started to do that. And it took a lot of time. I really struggled with it, but in the end now I'm getting better at doing environments. Um, yeah, it just took some time. I didn't really like it at the start, but now that I do know how to do it, I'm getting better at doing it. I'm starting to enjoy doing the backgrounds a little bit more, the environments and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very simple things if you know the fundamental.
Hmm.
Yeah, like perspectives, the a composition. It's very simple, you know, everything that work together, and then we put everything together in the right way, in the right feeling. And when we have very detailed brief, we have very detailed concept behind the scene, so we can do it very fast without thinking too much.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just awesome. And I mean, also you get a little bit carried away sometimes, you know, you start getting lost in just doing the tiny little, um, you know, patches of grass or something, or little details. Um, do you get lost in a
Yeah.
lot of details, or do you not?
So another fact about me is I'm a very lazy human.
Yeah.
So when I started to detailing my artworks, I realized that this is so much time wasting.
Yeah.
So I get back to the overall of the image, and then let's see if it's good or not. And the detailing with me is very painful.
Hmm.
It's like I'm spending a lot of time just doing tiny stuff around here and there, and
Hmm.
repeat it again. So later on, I find the ways to make it faster. Uh, but the telling is like, you mean faster is less slower.
Hmm.
It's not even like fast like drawing, just composition and perspective. It's not that fast about like using big brushes, the shape, and the tool that create the big shapes is not that fast, but I have saved some time for detailing.
Hmm. That's pretty cool. Well, it's kind of a good thing that you're lazy about the details because you don't get caught up in it so much as well. You know, um,
Yeah,
it's good, especially for like concept art and that kind of thing. Um, you really want to get the idea, the strong idea out there. Um, the best way possible. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Very glad to like showing my ideas because I have a lot of idea every time in my head. I mean a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you have more ideas than you can create?
Uh, could you repeat it? It's very
So
lacking here.
do you think you have more ideas in your head, and like you don't have enough time to create them all?
Yeah, sometime. But later on, I realized that my idea inside man is not always exactly what I want to.
Hmm.
It's like your imagination is very different with your painting and drawing. So because the thing we think about inside our head is using another language, it's different than the image that we draw on the paper.
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. Um, I find that I've always struggled there as well, like getting things like it can be like simple drawings. Like I do these drawings every week. I do these 4 drawings a week. Um, I usually do one a day, Monday to Thursday. I usually do it, unless there's something wrong, like Wednesday I've got to do something. Um, so I change it to but yeah, I do those for every day, and sometimes with those drawings I would struggle. It's like I have this idea of what I'm going to draw that day, um, but the way that I draw it just isn't right, and I just keep trying to draw it over and over again sometimes. Um, I mean, I can get close to what I see in my head, um, but sometimes now I don't get close enough. But there are times that it's like, yep, what I see in my head is what I draw and create.
Yeah, the main problem when comes to imagination is it's not always can be explained or drawn down to the paper
Mm,
because the way we think is very different than the way we draw. So on the process of drawing, maybe sometimes you have to change the way you think it.
mm, yeah. yeah, it's how you tackle it. You know, um how you gonna deal with the problem that you're trying to solve, the drawing you're trying to create. Um,
Um, the main target is, are we going to having the most exactly the most correct painting depend on the following the imagination, right?
hmm.
So the deal here is you have to write everything down first. It's not drawing, but
Hmm.
writing. So because the language inside our mind is very close to the words, so if we write it down, we can make everything more clearly. Like if you want to draw a spaceship, you have to understand, like you write down about the function,
Hmm.
the way the driver walk, the way that people walking around inside that spaceship. The more detail you have when you write down, you will be easier to draw it.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I feel, it's that way. The more you know about something, you know about your character or the environment, yeah, the clearer your image will be, is this a creature or, is this a creature that would live in the Antarctica, or is this a, environment where there's no trees, or, having more knowledge about what we're drawing, yeah, it creates a better, clearer image.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
So yeah, basically we have to have more knowledge about what we are going to draw.
Mm, yeah, and it doesn't stop either. Like, I'm always learning something new. I've been drawing my cat here. I'm drawing a cat in my little children's book that I'm creating. And I'm still learning about how to draw the paws and even like the skull and things like that as I'm painting along.
Yeah. Something we have to copy from the real life. We can't imagine that.
Hmm. Yeah. You kind of, yeah, you've got to kind of see it in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can like I have a very special question that no one can answer. That when I ask this, that you have to. Do you ever try to imagine a new color? Yeah, that's the impossible question. It means that our imagination is working on combining the basic things that we saw in real life.
Hmm.
It's not creating the all new things. It's
Hmm.
impossible.
Yeah.
We have to base on something that already exists.
Hmm. Well, exactly. It's
Yeah,
a saying, you can't create something from nothing. Kind
yeah,
of, you have to have something to start it off, um, and then yeah, and keep building up. Um, yeah.
yeah. That's the main idea.
Mm. Um, so you did. I see you did Inktober 2017. Um, did you do 18 or 19?
18 or 19. Well, I don't really,
Uh,
understand the question.
okay, I saw you did Inktober 2017.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do
So before that, yeah. So I have doing Inktober for 5 years.
I have done it. Awesome. Yeah.
It's really hard to catch up with the schedule, but
Mm.
I made about 2013 to 2018 or something.
Ah, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, last year I failed because I know I will fail, and I don't do it because I know that I don't have time.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very busy, like years.
Mm. Well, that's all good. Each their own. It is, something, an extra thing you've got to kind of schedule into your, busy schedule if you have one. sometimes. So some years you want to really do it, but it just doesn't work. Other things get in the way. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I mean, it's a really good experience to have. Even if you've just done it 1 year, um, it's great to have under your belt that you've done that.
The and when during October that I saw one of my friends that living in the same country with me. He's a very good artist, a very great one. He's working for Riot Games.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So when I saw him doing Inktober in the 2018, so I said to myself, no, I'm not going to do this next year because his drawing was too awesome. It just make you feel precious.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, this in 2018, 19, I just doing some digital inks just for fun. But
Hmm.
yeah, I know that I will never, I won't continue to do it in the rest of the months. So just doing it the first days.
Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah, there are some awesome artists out there that do well. Um, that kind of thing. I mean, there's other challenges out there. I've seen like Mermaid. I think the same month there's a Halloween one or something. Um, and there's a few other challenges out there that is pretty cool that you do for the month and things like that. Um, I I did a challenge. It's kind of common here in NZ. I'm not sure if it's out there in the world, but it's called the 100-day challenge. Um, we have to
Yeah,
do
yeah, I
something.
know that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you have to do something creative for 100 days. Um, yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's but the fact is, every challenge is the way is this is to keep us drawing is fight the lazy. So
Hmm.
the fact that I'm still doing painting on the time on the days, but I can't sell it because it's for the clients.
Hmm.
So if we are still doing drawing daily, so it's okay of not taking any challenge
Hmm.
because we already have one.
Yeah. Let's keep creating. Um, it's yeah. It's just kind of another bad wagon to go onto a.
Yeah,
um, but it can be helpful to keep people going or keep some artists going a little bit. Um, and I feel like me doing Inktober has pushed a few things. Like if I didn't do Inktober this year, I don't think I would have gone to doing um, this challenge I give myself where I draw the 4 drawings each week. Um, I don't think I would have done that in the end. So it was kind of a good thing to keep going this year. I did this year. I did have some doubts. Oh, last year, sorry, 2019. I did have some doubts. Was like, oh, I don't know if I have the time, and I don't think
yeah,
it'd be worth it and everything like that. But I just started it and I was like, now I'm in this too deep now. I've got to keep going. Um, and yeah, I was thankful for it. I felt like what I do is that with it is tackle something. Um, because I'm always trying to tackle things that I'm not so good at, like drawing humans or drawing environments, um, or drawing from my imagination more rather than just kind of copying what I see. Um, being more creative and things like that. That tackling those issues every now and again. Um, always trying to find excuses to kind of tackle those. So, Inktober gives me that kind of excuse to be like, I'm going to tackle this issue this year, of drawing humans or something. Um,
yeah, yeah. It's very common when you are artist.
Mm.
So every hour we are the lazy being. So we always have to find a way to conserve our energy by not doing our work or something like that. But the fact is, if you like you put yourself into the way that you have no choice but drawing,
Mm.
so you have to draw. Like if you don't draw, you will have no money or something like that.
Yeah.
If you want to live, you have to draw. It's very negative, but it's very essential. The pushing you into the drawing every day. It's like keeping yourself together.
Mm. Exactly. Yeah, and just doing that each week, doing the 4 drawings each week it gives me that drive. Like I've got to do this every 4 days a week, whatever, and there's no stopping. I have to do it. If I don't, I'll be very kind of sad with myself and everything. So, just doing that gives me the motivation to keep going and keep painting and just creating things. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Just keep doing. Don't think about it too much. Just keep doing.
mm, exactly. I enjoy, some of all the process really, creating it. They'll say long hours sometimes, when you're painting for like 3 or 4 hours straight sometimes, um, and going on, keep going. It gets really long, but sometimes just having a little bit of break, coffee break, come back to it, keep painting. Um, yeah.
So yeah, I know these kind of people. I think they have a lot of energy, like drawing and painting, and then get some coffee and then get back to it about 15 or 20 minutes. It's like with me, it's very exhausting. Um, like I have to take a break about after 2 or 3 hours continuity.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I can't working on the same subject for too long. Again, I'm a lazy one, so it's make me feel very boring when doing the same stuff in a very long time.
Hmm.
So I have to find a way to break it out of it and then return later.
Hmm.
Um, I have another benefit from have a soft working hour is I have a new idea and have a new view, a new point of view when looking back at the artworks that we done before. After a few hours, maybe few days, I can see some problem, some mistake that I make in my painting, and then I can fix it easily. If you spend too much time working like a one time from beginning to the end, so you spend a lot of your effort into the painting, and then that makes you blind of seeing the mistake and the problem that we have with the painting. But after we process on the social network, on that moment we realize that it's really bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's the problem. It's the problem. You have to you if you're working in like a long time, you can see the problem clearly. So my advice is to keep it fresh. Don't push yourself too much. You have to have something in between to make yourself relax and then get back.
Exactly. That's why I game a little bit, every now and again. I have like hour or two of painting, and then I might game or I might do something else sometimes, like maybe edit a video or um, some other piece of work that I'm working on, or just look at other art that I've done and kind of see if I can fix it or something like that. Just yeah, taking some time out to do that's really nice and important.
With me is to take my motorbike out and doing around.
Awesome. So you do a bit of motorbiking, do you?
In fact, it's just a regular motorbike in Vietnam. It's very small motorbike. It's
Mm,
150 cc's,
yeah.
as you know it. And but it's very fun driving around about 15 or 20 minutes and then get back to home.
Awesome. That's good. Um, yeah. For me, I don't drive anything. We just walk everywhere, and yeah. So if I need to, I go for a walk. Go to the shop. We've got shops just near our place, so we don't have to walk far to go to shops and things. Um, so that's always handy to have if I need to go for a drink or something. I can. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I have come together and drawing uh, like weekend every weekend.
Hmm.
So it's a good way to let go the depression.
Hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I did a like little when I was at course because I did a course. Um, I tried to start a drawing group up. There, I think it was in my second year I was there. I think I tried to start it up. Um, but yeah, I just made posters and was like sharing it around that having this drawing club. Um, every so often, I think it was like once a week. I created it for, and I was just kind of there, kind of drawing. I would kind of each week give people kind of a topic we were kind of focusing on a little bit, or just trying to teach um, some of these artists a few things, like perspective or something, just some of the things I knew to help them out. And it was cool because I got to see some of their work, and there were some that came out and they were doing the course, and some of the techniques and things that I showed them helped them to better their artistic um, skills, which was awesome to do. And also I got to like interact with um, all the other students I have and make friends and stuff like that. It was awesome to do.
Yeah, yeah, but just to keep it a very like naturally, you don't have to push them or yourself on every time you sit together.
Hmm.
Having some chit chat
Yeah.
and I think doing just that just make it very easy because we are having fun
Hmm.
when we are together. It's not so like depression or some pressure. There is no pressure.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
Okay.
pressure is for working. It's not for living.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, well, sometimes in this group we would just sit there and draw. We wouldn't kind of do much. Just sit there and hang out and see how everyone's doing. And it's always great. Um, at the moment, every now and again I spend time with friends or family and just um, do things at the moment, other than work. And that's kind
Yeah.
of that time for me at the moment. Yeah.
So I haven't tell you that I have a time working at the movies company.
Mm.
Like that's the visual effects company,
Oh yeah.
and we create the VFX for a few movies that we already done a shot for the Jumanjis. You know that movie,
Yeah,
The Rock?
Jumanji.
Yeah, The Rock, the
Yeah,
first one,
the first one.
the first one with The Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, we did a dungeon scene when they walk into the dungeon and the blaze coming out the wall, as I remember.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think I remember
Yeah,
that.
we back then I don't have I love drawing and painting, but I don't doing any drawing and painting back then as the VFX company.
Hmm.
I'm doing some 3D stuff. So my main part is doing some texture rendering and put the lighting into the scene. It's it's very funny, but it's not my main targets when it comes to the industrial.
Mm.
So it makes me exhaust for a short time, maybe as I remember, it's 2 years. I worked there for 2 years, and then I feel no, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I leave the company and start become a freelancer as a concept and illustration, and everything's go well from then.
Mm. Awesome. Ah, that's pretty cool. You know that you start out in FX kind of a thing. Um, yeah, and do it freelance. Was there like a long
Yeah,
period?
I learned a lot about the 3D software and the workflow, the pipeline, about how they make movies with a thousand of people involved.
Mm.
Like a thousand that we have to do a very heavy managing when it comes to a lot of people. And
Mm.
I learned that how to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to, Um, I try and manage myself. I can't really, I don't want to manage a lot of people.
But you have to when the
Mm.
time comes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, yeah. Well, that's cool that, you've learned from that thing. Um, was there like a long period from going from that position to freelance?
Yeah, I make I have a few months.
Hmm.
In fact, the first few months is very hard for me because I can't find any work.
Yeah.
Uh, but I have the saving from the time I work for the companies that keep me alive.
Yeah.
So just try for a few months. It's not working. I will get back to the working for the company. But a few months later, I have tons of work,
Hmm.
like a tons. And I have to pass out for my friend too because I can't do everything by myself.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of friends, a very great artists that we come together and we working together and we finish very big deals from other companies like they are doing games that they want the illustration for the characters or something, and sometimes they want to make videos or something. We do it all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's very heavy in pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be like a lot of time restraints with them, eh? Cool. So I was wondering about this. I saw life cycle on your.
Yeah, the board game.
Oh, okay, it's a board game. Yep.
I think it's a online board game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's new online board game.
Yeah. So you have other question about the life cycle?
Yeah, I was just wondering like what it was really.
Yeah, it's just a board game. I think it's more of the card games like Magic the Gathering.
Mm.
Yeah, something like that. Like the art writer, the art writer contact me on a few months ago, maybe October,
Mm.
October last year, and they asked me to do environment stuff. So I just doing that.
Awesome. That sounds pretty good. And you're mostly doing like the environment kind of things for them.
Yeah, mostly environment.
Mm. Awesome. That sounds pretty cool. Um, yeah. What other things have you worked on?
Uh, what do you mean all the things?
What other things have you worked on as a freelancer?
Uh, like I do everything about the concept and freelance.
Mm.
Like doing spaceship. Sometimes characters is when if I'm not good at it, but yeah, I still have some contract about working character design.
Mm.
Sometimes I do the. It's very rare, but I have storyboards.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's like the keyframe, the illustration for characters, for the book cover, for the album covers.
Mm,
Everything that's involved into drawing and painting, I do it all.
mm, yeah. I mean, I see you do, you say you're not very good at characters, but I can, see that you do characters really well. This is the way I can see it, Um, doesn't seem to be that
No,
bad at creating characters. Um,
no, man. It's me. It's like the characters with me is very time consuming because I have
mm,
to do it back and forth for several times before I get to the point that I think it is acceptable.
mm,
It's very safe as my level to do the characters drawing, but it's not awesome. It's not so sad now. Like my environment is very like I can do it in very short time, but still make the quality that the client wants.
mm,
Yeah, the character is different ways. It took me a lot of time.
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So that's pretty much us for now. I think the last question I ask um is because you use a lot of Procreate.
Yeah, I use Procreate for my iPad.
Oh, awesome. So you mostly do iPad drawings or paintings.
Yeah, for drawing painting. But the Procreate with me is more of the sketching. It's not very good in sketching, but the painting is not so good at the Photoshop.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
that's
yeah.
interesting.
I'm too like I'm into Photoshop for so long, so I know it too well.
Hmm.
So the Procreate is working on a different kind of process work.
Hmm.
It's different. I don't say it's bad. It's just different, and I had to have time to uh, get into it.
Hmm. Yeah. It's another software. It's each. Everyone's different. For me, I'm heavily into Photoshop. That's kind of my bread and butter. It's all I use really. um, but I have delved into other softwares. It's always great to just have a play around with different softwares. Using them to draw and things like that can be helpful. Um,
Yeah, I have many drawing software in my computer. Like I have the free version of Krita. You know the Krita?
I don't think I've heard of that one, Krita.
Yeah, Krita. Krita.
Okay, no, I haven't heard of that one, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have the Krita. So I used Krita in 2013
Hmm.
for a few months. It's very awesome, but again, I get back to Photoshop.
Hmm.
And then I try another one called Bankstorm.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's very awesome, but the processing is very complicated. It's like hundred of setting running around. I don't know where to increase and where to decrease, so I drop it.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's very cheap. Like back then, they have bonus for the new people that I buy the licenses, the eternal licenses, the
Hmm.
forever one, just for $10 something.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
It's very cheap. It's like the same price with the Procreate and the iPad,
Hmm.
and it's on the function that Photoshop have. So we can do some photo bashing, like tagging with the we have do with the real image that create the photo bashing, the photo manipulation.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's not as good as Photoshop, but we can do it. we can still do it inside the brainstorm.
Okay.
But the overall system of the brainstorm is very like complicated, so I drop it. The waste work is not for me.
Fair enough. Well, that's been awesome. Yeah, that's been me and NovaIllusion.com. You can check out at Nova. You can check out his work at NovaIllusion.com.
Dot art.
Dot art.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, just find my name on ArtStation. Just ArtStation or on the Facebook or on the DeviantArt. You can find me there.
Awesome. Even DeviantArt. Yeah, all the links below. As well, if you'd like to see that. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I have a very nice time talking with you, and see you again sometime.
Yeah. Awesome. It's been the same with you. Yeah, thanks everyone for checking out this video. If you checked out this video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.